Hey y'all, today we are going to work on teaching our dogs a settle. So a settle is a targeted activity on a bed, a mat, a rug, where your dog goes and ideally lays down and stays until released. So the first step in this is shaping the behavior you want. So we take a different approach than a lot of trainers because I want the dog to choose to do this rather than us luring them onto it. And you're gonna see what I mean in a second. The reason we do that is because it sits stronger with the dogs, and often when we do it this way, the dogs offer for us rather than us having to constantly tell them, settle, 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 or be right next to them to guide them. So the first thing you're gonna do is get your mat. I have this blue one here. You're gonna put your dog on leash, right? Clicker, treats per usual. And you're going to start by just walking them up to the mat. So I'm going to go ahead, free. And then we're gonna walk up to the mat. He's gonna touch it. I'm gonna click him for his paws being on it. And all my treats are going on the bed. So I'm gonna repeat, free. And we'll walk up to the bed. He targets it with his feet. I click that one. And then I treat him on the bed. I'll say free. And then I'll bring him up. He targets it. I click the target. So when your dog is to the point where they are walking up from different directions and they're like, I don't know why, but when I stand on this mat, it rains treats, right? You can see them actively moving to the bed. You are then going to move your criteria to waiting for them to sit. Most dogs will offer this very quickly, so don't say anything, just wait them out. So I'm going to show you again. Free. He offers to, yes. SIT, same thing. I'm going to put my treat on the ground unless their butts pop up like that. If I find multiple times in a row their butts are popping up, I'm gonna just hand feed them. But we still want that value of the treats on the bed. So we're gonna rinse and repeat. Free. We'll bring them over. Same thing, you'll wait for them to SIT. You're going to click them for that. And then you're gonna treat them on the bed. Good job. We'll say free. Once you're to that point, you're then going to start waiting for them to lay down. So we bring them up, they offer to sit, and then you're going to wait for them to lay down on this one. This one's usually the longest piece for most dogs. So if you find you're waiting and your dog isn't really responding to you, the first thing I want you to do is, number one, check the clock, because 5 seconds really feels like 30 when you're waiting on a dog to do something. But you're gonna put your hands behind your back and you're going to look down at the mat. Don't make eye contact with your dog. Just stand there, wait, try not to fidget. When your dog pops into this position, they're in the down position, you're going to click them and you're going to jackpot. So not just one treat, it's going to be kibble and kibble and kibble and kibble and kibble. So it's a jackpot. It's multiple treats. Everything else only got one. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'll say free. And we'll walk up. The dog hits that down position. You'll wait again. Most dogs aren't going to go this fast. And you're going to click, and same thing, you're going to jackpot it. So they're going to see that laying down is the most valuable. And then we're going to slowly increase the duration. So I did kibble, 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 kibble in the very beginning. Now I'm just slowly spacing it out more. Treats in between. So instead of every second, it's every 5 seconds, every 10 seconds, and I'm just going to space it out from there. I'm always, if you notice, using my release word. So whenever we're done, even though he doesn't have the full behavior, I'm always free and moving away, because free is my release for him. Once we have the behavior completed, so we're to the point where we walk up and the dog is immediately laying down, only then are we going to add the cue. So I don't want you to add it too soon. I don't want you to say it as you're training it, like when they're sitting or standing, because they're gonna understand it as something different, not the full behavior of them walking up to the bed, laying down, and standing. So now that he's to the point where he's offering to lay when we walk up, I'll show you how I'm going to do this. So free. Good. I'm gonna say settle. and he's gonna walk up, he's gonna lay down, and I'm going to do that again. So only when you have this should you add the cue to it. So good luck, happy training. If you have questions, please ask your instructor about it. If you want them to do this for a long period of time, I would suggest using meal, breakfast, or dinner, and they can earn it 1 kibble at a time. If we're troubleshooting, so say you have a dog and you do this process and it feels like they never lay down, you've got a couple options. The first option is sitting in a chair with the bed, them on leash, they can't go anywhere, and just waiting. Eventually they will lay down because there is nothing else to do in that situation. So you can wait them out like that. The other option, if you have a down, you can build a pattern and then remove the phrase from it. So what that would look like is free. You bring them up, you tell them down, you click and reward them for that. You release them, you do it again, you release them, you do it again, and then on the 3rd time or 4th time you do it, you're going to bring them up and you're not going to say anything. They should see that, hey, I just got paid for this, and they'll offer that behavior. Repeat that 3 or 4 times and then start adding the cue. Settle or park it or rug or mat or whatever you guys choose to use. Start adding the cue at that point in time. So thank you so much and happy training.